Give me the sources. Just scroll through.
Axios, Business Insider.
Oh.
We don't trust
Keep
any
going,
of these.
keep
The common
going,
man doesn't
keep
trust
going,
any of this.
keep going.
ABC News,
Oh,
Washington
keep
Post,
going.
New York Times.
Oh, keep going.
The Atlantic.
Oh.
I don't trust any of these.
Oh.
I don't trust any of these.
Okay.
I don't trust any of these. We're the common man. We don't trust any of these. No one trusts the government. No one trusts the common news. We don't trust any of that anymore.
Well, look,
Boy, he got cooked. Now, what the hell is Don Lemonfingers doing? He's got the nerve to go out and do street interviews, let alone continue to push the propaganda that he's so used to pushing when he was on mainstream media. Now, does he think that everybody thinks like him and drinks the Jim Jones juice of the Democratic Party? No, because in this video I'm about to show you, dude completely just cooks Don Lemon. This guy thinks that everybody thinks like him and believes mainstream media. And we all know now, the entire American people all know not to believe any mainstream media, which is why we have all been seeking out other sources. Sources like myself that are more opinionated and do their own research and use their brain and not go off of some script or teleprompter such as Don Lemonfingers. Boy, I hope I run into him one day. The first thing I'm gonna ask him, allegedly, what would provoke you to stick your fingers down your pants and shove them in some man's face? What in the gay liberation hell is going on? Man, check out this clip. Play the clip.
who is the real president-elect, do you think?
Well, Donald Trump won, I believe.
Democratic lawmakers in Washington are calling Elon Musk President Musk now, and they're saying Donald Trump is the vice president or the head of communications for President Musk.
What? Wait a second. No one said that.
Really? Have you not watched and paid attention to the news?
Absolutely not. I'm paying attention to what I'm doing during my day so I can try and get a better life and get ahead.
Okay, do you have your phone with you?
I do.
Why don't you Google right now
Yes, tell me.
President Musk and see what comes up?
No. Well, who's behind that? Because if that's propaganda, then there's no point.
Just go look.
All right. I'll Google right now President Musk. But that's already a loaded question, you realize. President Elon Musk.
This is President Musk.
President Musk. Democrats rage at unelected co-president Elon Musk new power. So what's going on there?
Okay. So why don't you believe me? You need to read the news like I read the terms and conditions. If you're going to be out here asking people questions, then you need to be informed.
It doesn't make it the news, though.
Okay. Why is it not? Okay, so tell me, give me the sources. Just scroll through.
Axios, Business Insider.
Oh.
We don't trust
Keep
any
going,
of these.
keep
The common
going,
man doesn't
keep
trust
going,
any of this.
keep going.
ABC News,
Oh,
Washington
keep
Post,
going.
New York Times.
Oh, keep going.
The Atlantic.
Oh.
I don't trust any of these.
Oh.
I don't trust any of these.
Okay.
I don't trust any of these. We're the common man. We don't trust any of these. No one trusts the government. No one trusts the common news. We don't trust any of that anymore.
Well, look,
Independent news, we are the ones that own the news now. People trust me. They don't trust MSNBC because I care and I'm actually one of them.
Shout out to that brother for destroying Don Lemonfingers. I wish I knew his name so I can reference him. But he was lucky enough to get to run into Don Lemonfingers, and boy, did he put a spanking on him. Don still, I can't believe he referenced Google, MSNBC, and ABC. All mainstream left-wing media that the American people, 77 million, just rejected them, and which is why they are still in the cognitive dissonance, where their brain is at war with the facts that Trump is now their president is now the president-elect. And on January 20th will be the president of the United States, their daddy. He still has a cognitive dissonance and he can't fathom that, which is why most of them, they can't understand where they went wrong. And the boy, he did right. He said that no one trusts mainstream media. No one believes mainstream media. So the fact that he still references them as this is factual, and when everybody and their mama knows that Elon Musk is not the president-elect, and then somehow Trump is the communicator, when we've suffered so many lies and been gaslighted so many times with saying we're conspiracists and we don't follow the science and all the other nonsense labels and fact checkers that they put on us on media and social media, we've rejected them. They have no more credibility whatsoever with American people. It reminds me of Kamala Harris's deputy campaign manager when he ousted and said the same thing, that the American people just don't trust media in Hollywood anymore, which is their main tool on trying to control the narrative. That people like myself, people, independent journalists, people that do opinionated reactions, The American people are seeking out other sources of getting their news because we're more relatable. We're more just like them. We're not somebody sitting up behind lights and reading a teleprompter. So check out this video. Play the clip.
Communication ecosystem is the mainstream media in Hollywood, and the mainstream media in Hollywood, don't really mess with us, or don't really. They're not like actually allies, and they're not where these voters who don't want to pay attention to politics are. Like, we're sitting here at Harvard at a big event with the mainstream media, and this is like voters out there that we actually needed to reach are not seeing this at all, and they're not seeing mainstream media at all. And I think fundamentally we have a mismatch between the amplification engine of the left and the media of this moment, which is increasingly alternative, anti-establishment, all that stuff. And so that presents a real issue for us as the party.
So I'm not sure how Don Lemonfingers didn't get the memo, because even that racist rep that's in Congress right now, Jasmine Crockett, even went on media and admitted that mainstream media doesn't work anymore, that people are seeking out other alternatives, independent journalism, independent thought. Even she admits it to back up what I'm saying and what everybody else knows. I don't know why Don Lemon didn't get the memo, but here it again. Check it out.
Why do you think Democrats lost, and what do you think needs to happen by the midterms and the next presidential election in order to find your footing again?
Well, Kristen, no disrespect to you. I think you do great work. But the reality is that those that tune in to traditional news sources, they absolutely went for us. And we know that the standards that you have to live by as an actual journalist are completely different from other platforms. And so we know that we were winning for those that were tuning into the traditional news sources. But when it came down to people getting their news from places that really aren't even news sources, they were going for Donald Trump by 19 points. And that is exactly why we lost. The reality is that we're going to have to play in spaces that we've never had to play and make sure that we're communicating in all ways. Unfortunately, we can't just rely on the mainstream media to get our message across.
The fact that Don Lemon still believes what Google searches say, what these fact checkings say, what ABC and MSNBC and all left-wing mainstream media says is just astounding. And it just tells me how out of touch he is, and he's just a puppet and a mouthpiece to continue to shield for the Democratic Party. But I want to end you guys with just a bonus feature of another street interview he did with the guy that he came up asking about women's rights and so on and so forth. And the guy absolutely just obliterates him. Says that that is not the only issue, which women's rights is not the only issue. And obviously, now that we know what the election results are, the American people, that's not the biggest issue. That's not the main issue. I think that we were more so was worried about the grocery bills and what's in our pockets, our 401ks, our retirements, the closing of the border, inflation, so on and so forth, not just focusing on women's rights. I know that was an important issue to some, but overall, 77 million people, we didn't fixate on what they tried to say was the most important. So I want to leave you with this bonus one, and check it out.
Been talking to are really, really concerned, and they're emotional, and I think a lot of them have a right to be.
Politicians aren't perfect. They're imperfect like everybody else. Trump's rhetoric isn't for everybody. His style isn't for everybody. We got a lot of good things done under Trump.
Okay, then what they did, meaning a woman's right to choose, is removed under Trump.
That's not the only issue in this world, okay? A percentage of the female vote went up 2%. So are those women crazy? I mean, it's not 50%, but it's high 40s, and he got that. So ask those women, like, they voted for Trump. So clearly it wasn't just abortion was the issue. Now, I agree. Even in very Republican states, pro-choice amendments have done very, very well, okay? So it is a concern. I think most people are pro-choice, okay? But at the end of the day, like, there's a lot of people, there's other things. They're concerned about the broken border. They're concerned about crime. They're concerned about inflation. They're concerned about a lot of other things. So women are not one-dimensional. Men are not one-dimensional. And so if you're upset about abortion, great. If that's your prime issue, then go live in a state that's pro-choice. If it's not your one issue, like a lot of people vote for Trump, you got other things to care about, and he'll fix those things. Not totally, but he'll do his best.
I think it's easy for you to say as a man.
Well, dude, it's easy for me to say about a lot of things. Sure, I'm not a woman. That's why I don't opine on abortion.
Boy, he needs to just stop with these daggone street interviews, man. Either way, man, I appreciate you watching it to this far. If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you get notified every time I put out some more mean tweet commentary. And everybody else that's been supporting me and uplifting me and elevating my voice to where it is today, thank you. Put it in the comments. I want to know what your thoughts are. as always, it's your boy Craig Long 45. You can't make this shit up. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, oi.